Self-discipline. It's the invisible force that separates success from failure, dreams from reality. But here's the thing, discipline isn't something new. For thousands of years, ancient civilizations mastered techniques to train their minds and bodies. Today, we're unlocking those forgotten practices and showing you how to use them in your modern life. Today, we're diving into ancient self-discipline techniques that have stood the test of time. These aren't trendy productivity hacks that'll be forgotten next month. These are methods that have been shaping strong minds for thousands of years. And here's the best part, modern science has proven many of them actually work. I'm going to share these powerful techniques that you can start using today. Each one comes from a different ancient culture, and each one targets self-discipline from a unique angle. The first technique comes from ancient Rome and it's called memento mori. This Latin phrase means, remember you will die. Now before you think this is too dark, hear me out. Marcus Aurelius, one of Rome's greatest emperors, used this technique every single day. He would wake up and remind himself that ultimately he will leave this world one day. It was about creating urgency and focus. When you truly understand this, wasting time becomes much harder. Here's how to use it in your daily life. Every morning, spend 2 minutes thinking about the fact that you won't live forever. This technique works because it connects your daily choices to your bigger picture. Studies show that people who regularly contemplate mortality make better long-term decisions. They save more money, exercise more, and spend time on things that actually matter. The key is to do this reflection for just a few minutes each day. Any longer and it becomes depressing instead of motivating. Second technique comes from ancient Buddhist traditions and it's called mindful observation. Buddhist monks have used this for over 2,500 years to develop incredible self-control. The technique involves observing your thoughts and urges without immediately acting on them. When you feel the urge to check your phone, eat that cookie, or skip your workout, you pause. Instead of fighting the urge or giving into it, you simply watch it. Notice where you feel it in your body. Notice what thoughts come up. Notice how the feeling changes over time. Here's the fascinating part, most urges naturally fade within 10 to 15 minutes if you don't act on them. This is called the urge surfing technique in modern psychology. The next time you feel a strong urge to do something you're trying to avoid, stop everything. Take 3 deep breaths. Say to yourself, I notice I'm having the urge to check social media, or whatever the urge is. Then rate the intensity of the urge on a scale from 1 to 10. Set a timer for 5 minutes and just observe what happens to that urge. Don't try to make it go away, just watch it like you're watching clouds in the sky. Most people are amazed to discover that their unbearable craving drops to a 2 or 3 within just a few minutes. This technique works because it breaks the automatic connection between feeling an urge and acting on it. Over time, you develop what neuroscientists call cognitive flexibility, the ability to choose your response instead of reacting automatically. Our third technique comes from ancient China and it's based on the concept of Wu Wei. Wu Wei means non-action or effortless action. The idea isn't to force yourself through brute willpower, but to set up your environment so that good choices become natural and easy. Ancient Chinese philosophers understood that fighting against your nature all the time is exhausting and usually fails. Instead, they focused on creating conditions where the right action flows naturally. Here's how to apply this practically. Instead of relying on willpower to avoid junk food, remove all junk food from your house. Instead of forcing yourself to wake up early through sheer determination, go to bed earlier and put your alarm across the room. Instead of trying to remember to meditate through discipline alone, set up a meditation corner and link it to an existing habit like drinking your morning coffee. This technique is backed by modern behavioral science. Studies show that environmental design is far more powerful than willpower for creating lasting change. When healthy choices are easy and unhealthy choices require extra effort, people naturally drift toward better behaviors. The key is to spend time designing your environment instead of relying on motivation. The final technique comes from ancient Japan and it's called Kaizen. Kaizen means continuous improvement through small, incremental changes. This philosophy was used by Japanese craftsmen and warriors to achieve mastery over many years. The idea is that tiny improvements compound over time to create massive results. Instead of trying to change everything at once, you focus on getting just 1% better each day. Here's why this approach is so powerful for self-discipline. Big changes trigger your brain's resistance mechanisms. When you try to go from zero to hero overnight, your mind fights back with procrastination, excuses, and self-sabotage. But small changes fly under the radar of your mental resistance. Let me give you some concrete examples. Instead of committing to work out for an hour every day, commit to doing 5 push-ups every day. Instead of trying to read for 2 hours daily, commit to reading just 1 page. Every time you follow through on a small commitment, you're proving to yourself that you're the kind of person who does what they say they'll do. This identity shift is far more powerful than any motivation or willpower. Research shows that people who use the Kaizen approach are much more likely to maintain their new behaviors long term. The changes feel sustainable because they are sustainable,